Hello, I'm Mike with Cutthroat Leader Company, based out of Boise, Idaho. We're here on the Owyhee today to explain a little bit about our Furled Leaders. Furled Leaders have been around for a couple hundred years. They previously used to make them out of horsehair, believe it or not. We make our leaders out of uni-thread, which is basically a polyester thread, fly tying thread that most of you are probably familiar with. It's a knotless taper. This is our dry fly leader we have in my hand right now, 76 inches long. We tell most people to tie on 4 feet minimum of tippet. There's many people across the country right now that have gotten 12 months plus out of 1 liter of ours. You just basically change tippet. Hatch changes, you can throw 4X. If you change to smaller flies, you can change your tippet out to 7X and deliver really tiny flies delicately. The main benefit behind Furled Leaders is the fact that they transfer every bit of energy from your cast. So with a tapered leader, we all have been there stretching it and straightening it out and trying to get rid of the coils. If there's any coils left in a tapered leader, that robs your cast of memory. And the fact that Furled Leaders have no memory, every bit of energy travels through the leader, through to the tippet, and ultimately to your fly. So therefore your presentation is pretty much enhanced. If you're a dry fly guy at all, Furled Leaders are definitely the way to go. So as mentioned, Furled Leaders have no memory. Therefore, when you open ours out of the package, it basically falls out of your hands. You can see there's no memory to it whatsoever. Nothing that's gonna rob your cast of the energy that's transferred from your rod. Now, this is a standard tapered leader from one of the major manufacturers. We've all been here trying to open a tapered leader, and you spend $3 to $7 on it, and you hope that you can get it, undone without tying a knot in it right from the get-go. So once we get this leader undone, okay. Now these coils, I'm not sure if you can see them, but we're familiar with what they are, have to be stretched and straightened, and many a times you're hoping to catch that first fish to actually straighten out the leader entirely. With Furled Leaders, that's a non-issue. You basically open the leader, tie on your tippet, and you're ready to go. And there's none of that memory, none of that coiled mess that lands on top of the water and making your casting more difficult, so forth and so on. So once you have the Furled Leader out of the package, basically if it's a dry fly leader, you're going to want to apply any type of a paste floatant. This is a product that we carry. It's basically made by Loon Outdoors, another Boise, Idaho company. It's a paste type floatant. You could use mucilin, gink, a quell. Any of them work, but the paste tends to work a lot better because it attaches itself to the ribs and the fibers of the leader itself. You open the container, basically put on, I tell people about the amount of a pea, a small amount of floating on your finger. And if you run it down the length of a dry leader prior to a day of fishing, the leader will basically float all day long. Unless you have a 20 to 30 fish day, you might have to reapply from the fish, pulling the leader underwater and going against vegetation. And that's basically it. This leader that I have in my hand ends in a small tippet ring. I'm not sure if you can see it there. We sell probably 80% of our leaders come with a tippet ring. We also offer a loop on the end that you attach your tippet to, but with the ring you basically tie just the same clench knot that you would tie your fly on with. So if your knot can hold the fly to the tippet, it's going to hold the tippet to this ring. And it's as easy as that. So Cutthroat Leaders basically started out 3 years ago, and the prime leader that the company began with was our dry fly leader. Since then we have added many different leaders to our list of products that we offer. We offer a high-vis nymph leader, which basically takes the place of a strike indicator. Bright orange portion of that leader floats, and you use that as a strike indicator, and it can suspend about a size 12 to a 14 bead head. We offer dry fly indicator leaders, which have the end tip of that leader is a high-vis section. And a lot of time when you're fishing small micro flies, size 20s to 24s, it just makes tracking your fly that much easier. We also create and build Tenkara leaders for Tenkara style fishing, Spey leaders for two-handed rods, and lots of steelhead and salmon leaders that we ship all over the world. All these products are handmade in Boise, Idaho. So it's all American made product, and we take very much pride in the product that we make, and we have pretty good customer relations, and that's something that we're really proud of, the fact that our customer base keeps coming back to us. So retention rate is extremely high. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the water.